Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Denzel Snipes. I'm the producer for Cubfidential. This is Cubfidential, Season 3, Episode 3. We had a wild roller coaster of a week in Cubs baseball. I don't know of anyone out there that had a wilder week. We saw records being tied. We saw shootout games. We've seen blown leads. Man, this had a little bit of everything, but the good fellas here have got great commentary for you. So please stick around for a loaded show. Let's go ahead and bring in the Chicago Crusader himself, JB Ellis.
Sorry for the late delay, all our Cub fans, but we had an afternoon game today. A little partying for them holding on, not blowing another lead because they've been doing that so often this year. So, um, but we're here. We're here at all the Cub Kingdom. We got a lot to talk about. Uh, let's look at what we're going to talk about. Kind of crazy week. Normally the stuff's in the private chat for me, but I got here so late because I was all over the place. I got to actually get the topics. Jay, throw on whoever we're starting with. All right. It looks like it's Jason. You always bat and lead off. What's going on with that? You got
I
speed or
know.
something?
What's up, JV?
Not much. How you doing?
Not too bad.
So we're going to start with the San Diego series.
Yeah.
Frustration. Game one, blow a lead, lose 9-8 after Morel's grand slam, uh, wins it in game two. So what this is, becoming a bit of an issue, blowing leads. Not the first
Agreed.
time this year. It happened again in Arizona. Uh, you know, what did you see in that first game that caused them to blow the lead? Was it the pitching? Was it the hitting just stopped hitting? They weren't taking advantage of situations. What do you think it was?
I mean, honestly, all year it's been the Cubs bullpen. Um, the Cubs scored what, four in the fourth, and then another, actually four in the second, four in the fourth, taking 8-0 lead, and then Assad was great. He went 5 innings. And then as soon as the bullpen took over, it seemed like the Padres bats just came to life and just blew the lead. Everybody went to sleep in Chicago with the Cubs leading 8-0, and then wake up the next morning and all of a sudden it's 9-8, and you're like, what the hell happened? So
Yeah, those late games, those West Coast games, I mean, we're at Central Time. Imagine being at East Coast time with those late games. It's a 3 hour difference. We only got
oh
a
wow,
2 hour difference, and it's still hell, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
But yeah, you go to bed thinking it's a win. You never know. That's why I always tell people don't leave the ballpark. You never know what's going to happen, especially with this Cubs bullpen. It's scary.
yeah, definitely scary this year. But I think Dexter Fowler used to say that as he goes, we go. So I think it's the same thing with the Cubs bullpen this year. Um, as they go, we go. So depending on how the bullpen performs, if they can hold that lead, um, we'll win some games. So
No, I definitely agree. So game two, Morel hit his first career grand slam.
yeah.
Um, a nice win there. What did you see besides Morel's grand slam in game two?
Well, obviously Ben Brown. Ben Brown pitched a phenomenal game. Um, he went another 4 innings, only 3 hits, no earned runs. I think he had like what, 5 Ks, a walk. So he pitched really well in that game. And obviously we got to talk about Michael Bush. Um, you know, uh, Also too, Bellinger threw out Bogarts at third in that one game. So defensively, that was a nice play. So
Yeah, they seem to be doing, a lot of intangibles that have been putting them in good positions, and a lot of guys that are stepping up, like Bush. Um, Bellinger's been well. Suzuki's done phenomenal. So you have some guys that are stepping up already early, and the starting pitching's been actually really good so far as well.
yeah,
Um, then game three of the series, you know, the didn't show up. They lost 10-2.
Yeah.
And Hendricks just hasn't looked right. What's your thoughts on Hendricks so far this year?
No, he hasn't looked right. And I don't know if it's still part of the injury or if it's, mental or whatever the process may be, but he's given up a lot of runs. I think his ERA is in the 17s right now. So that's not going to cut it. He knows it. I saw an interview with him after the game. He's he doesn't like to let his team down. He's a leader in the clubhouse, and he wants to do right by the Cubs and put on a good performance. And giving up the lead early, that's rough. That's rough to play behind. So
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So let's take a break before we get to the next series. Let's do the Cub or Dud. Can the Cubs end April in first place? At the moment, they're a half game back.
yeah, I think they can. I think they can do it. Like I've said in previous shows, I don't think their offense is going to be the problem. I think their pitching is going to be the problem, especially relief pitching. Uh, So yeah, I'm going to Cub.
All right, so Cubs in first place at the end of April. That would be good to see. I mean, they're playing phenomenal baseball. I love what I'm seeing. Let's go to Seattle. Cubs take 2 out of 3 on the road. Uh,
Yeah.
Showtime, Mr. Imanaga gets his
Oh yeah.
second win of the season in game 2.
Yes.
4 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed. Um, you know what I enjoyed before I start asking you some questions? They're beating teams that are decent. They're not the Padres and the Mariners are not bad teams. You took 1 out of 3 from the Padres, should have taken 2. Then you take 2 out of 3 from Seattle on the road. And Seattle's a really good team. They can challenge out west. Um, so let's look at that. So they lost the opener 4-2.
Hmm.
Um, Wicks got touched up a little bit. What'd you think about his start?
I like Wicks this year. Um, he's been pitching out of some jams. Every time he gets the bases loaded, he seems to be coming out of there, um, being untouched. I think the last time he had got a bases loaded jam was he hit somebody and scored a run, obviously. But I I like his tenacity, man. Even when he gets bases loaded, he gets into those jams. He's striking guys out or getting ground balls to end the inning. So um, he's definitely a surprise to me.
Yeah, and then they win 2 really close games in game 2 and game 3, 4-1 in the middle game of the series where Emenenga had 5 innings, 5 and a third innings with 5 hits and 1 run, no 2 walks, you know,
Hmm.
and Azalea came in, got a nice save there. What do you think was the setup that got the middle relief to do so well in that game?
It all starts with obviously it all starts with the starting pitcher, and let's call him Showtime. So Showtime's been putting on a show this year. You know, um, he's definitely been proving his worth. And obviously, I think as the season goes longer, he's going to go deeper into games. So it might give that
Yeah.
bullpen a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, I think that's important if you could get your starters to go a good 6 to 7 innings per game,
Yeah,
or at
agreed.
least as much as possible, to get your bullpen rested as well as, having the right guys for the right situation. It's tough when they're pitching every day 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah,
You guys aren't going to be rested, and you're going to have to put guys in the situation that's not ideal for them.
yeah,
Let's go to
and
the rubber match. I'm sorry.
oh no, go for it. Go ahead.
So let's go to the rubber match. The Cubs get out to an early 3-0 lead. Uh, Sixth inning, Assad gets touched up a little bit, gives up 2 runs. At this point, are you concerned blowing another lead and, losing a winnable game?
Oh man, yeah, a little bit. That was a nail biter. So, and look, Alzolay comes in and picks off Rodriguez, and that was a great ending to that game. So, an unbelievable ending to that game.
Watching it live, my first reaction when he was out. It was clear as day.
Yeah,
Now, granted, the umpires got the angle behind, so I don't know if he had the best look at it, so I get why he may have called him safe. But from the TV angle, because it was behind home plate, if I'm correct when I saw it, clear as day he was out. And that's why
yeah,
when they reviewed it, I was like, I got to see it one more time to make sure I'm seeing it right, that I'm not just, hoping, because obviously I want to see the Cubs win. And sure enough, they went to the replay and, you know, have you ever seen a game end like that? I can't think of any other game that ended that way.
Oh, that's kind of funny that you mentioned that, JB.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
that hasn't happened since 2003, and that was
wow.
Joe Borowski picked off Charles Gibson of your Yankees.
Wow. You're bringing up some names. Joe Borowski.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Denzel, what do we know about Joe Borowski? We need some stats or something. I mean, he sounds like he's a Hall of Famer. I don't think I've ever heard of him.
He
That's
sounds
scary.
like a retired crooked police officer from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Wow, it's
yeah. From
crazy
the
to
Goon
think that
Squad. Yeah,
that hasn't happened since 21 years. Wow,
yeah.
that is
Yep.
crazy. All right, so then we go to Arizona. We got, our last set on the road before we come home for the Marlins. Win a close game, blow a lead, and then, lose in extras, and then, win today, this afternoon, where they tried to blow another lead. The story seems to be, over and over again. So before we even talk about the series, when do you think they pull the trigger on trying to get a reliever? How long do they wait?
Uh, they better not wait too long.
Yeah, I mean,
They've got to get some help. And they've got to have someone come in. I know Wesniewski came in today, pitched 4 good innings in relief of Wicks, and he got the win. So yeah, I they have the team, and I think they can win the division. It's just the pitching that scares me.
they have
Heath,
a really good minor league system, so they can make
yes,
moves. The question is, who do they want to give up? Because obviously you don't want to give away too much, especially for a reliever. But I
right.
think that's a move that needs to be made sooner rather than later, and maybe doing it early. Maybe the ask won't be as much.
Yeah, I mean, Jed already made one move for Bush, and that was phenomenal. And you could see what he's doing for the Cubs this year. Um,
Yeah.
he's been playing at a high level. So, um, but yeah, they definitely need to make a move.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. So, what's your thoughts on what Bush has been doing throughout this road trip?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I mean, I think what he hit like five home runs in a row. You know, tied
Yeah,
tied Sandberg and a couple other players I can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah, he's been phenomenal. He's been playing at a high level. Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna talk to Botkins about him because I mean, obviously, there's no question this comes for you this week. But I had to bring it up because he was huge. Especially the last couple of series. Um, so first game they come back in the ninth, tie it up. And they go to extras. And then we got this wonky rule where we play like we don't understand baseball. We just throw runners on base now. We have ghost runners, or whatever they want to call them.
yeah,
Guy starts on second. I still don't understand why we need to do that, but okay. It's going to be the new way of baseball. I don't know why we don't do that in the first inning, why we started the 10th, but whatever.
yeah,
So, nobody scores in the 10th. First of all, explain to me how when you have a guy on second with no outs, you can't score him in baseball.
yeah. that's fundamental 101. You know, you do anything you can to get a guy, you know, advanced, you know, fly ball, you know, anything, you know, a bunt.
The art of bunting is dead.
Yeah,
Nobody knows how to do it anymore. It's sad.
yeah,
And, you know, so nobody scores in the 10th. Both teams lack the ability to score a run. Then comes the 11th. The Cubs get a run in. Um, Horner gets a big hit in the 11th. Big game. He tied it up in the ninth. Then he got the go-ahead hit in the 11th. What's your thoughts on how he's been doing this year?
Horner started off slow, but I think he's coming around right now. His defense has been top notch. He's been making some amazing plays at second base. And I think defensively they're gonna be really good. You know, Talkman had that diving catch, and Horner and Morel. Morel had you know a couple of you know catches at third. You know that high ground ball to him, and he threw the ball about 150 miles per hour to first base that one game. So, but yeah,
Right.
yeah. But I think Horner's coming around right now.
And then yesterday, you know, we're back to blowing leads. 12 game went to 12-11. It was pretty ugly. A lot of offense, at least.
Yeah, yeah,
What was
definitely.
what was your thoughts when they were up? You know, and after seven, actually 6.5. Actually, after seven, they were up 11-8. Do you figure that was in the bag at that point?
Yeah, I don't think you could ever uh, think that it's in the bag when they're leading 11-8. You know, I know Little came
Yeah.
in and he had two wild pitches, so that didn't help the scenario quite well right there. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
like we've been talking about, I think you know no lead is safe. It seems, and that's
Yeah. And
unfortunate.
then it's scary when the baseball is like that. You gotta be able to close out games. That, you know, the seventh, eighth, and ninth are the key to the game. Your starter should be able to get you five or six. Then you gotta have your eighth inning guy, your closer, and then a mix of sixth and seventh inning guys. And what happened today? Today's game. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was out.
I didn't actually get to watch it. I only saw like bits and pieces of what was going on. But yeah, they ended up winning the game, so they took that series. Not too bad. I
So
mean, they go home with a 5-4 record, a road record. So
yeah, it gets really good teams. I mean, that's a great road trip. Half game out of first place. What's your thoughts overall on the road trip?
I mean, they like I said, they 5-4. You know, that's a win. That's above 500. Um, you know, and they could have easily been 7-2. You know, with the loss to San Diego, and then also to Arizona. So, um, you know, they could easily won those two games. So,
Yeah, they just got to find a way to split those load leads, and they'll be in a lot better position. But Jay, we appreciate you coming on. We will see you next week. Any last thoughts before you go?
no, I look forward to seeing you guys next week, and hopefully we can get some home cooking when the Cubs come up and play the Marlins.
Gonna have fish for dinner all weekend.
Yeah, some salmon, some marlin.
All right, Jay. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right. So next, we got the one and only. He's like a brawler. He's fixing his hat behind the scenes in the green room, and there he is. The one and only Botkins is here.
What's good, baby?
What's
What's
going on,
good?
man?
I mean, can we get some? I mean, you guys. I mean, I love both of y'all, but I mean, the Cubs are just two out of three of the defending National League champions. Can we get some energy, some life in here? I mean, you
Oh,
guys are. I mean, you guys
we're
are bringing
fraudulent
this.
champions.
You know,
We're
you're.
fraudulent champions.
You know, hey, we
Maybe,
still took
maybe
two out
Arizona.
of three. We took 2 out of 3 from Arizona, the defending reigning National League champions. We should have some energy. We should be some happy. I know we got to watch Alizé blow like 18 saves on this road trip, but you know what? We still came out 5-4, baby. We're feeling good. We should have some little energy. Let's have some spice, baby. We're headed home with the record, half game out of first. We should be feeling good about ourselves.
Well, we're gonna have some energy now for this guy. This comes for you, Michael Busch. Homers in 5 straight games. He joined Sosa, Morel, Sandberg, and Wilson for the club record. He has 8 homers on the year, and he's a rookie. I mean, is this a flash in the pan, or is this guy for real?
Well, when we say his name now, we got to say Busch. And you know, anytime he hits a home run for the rest of the year, maybe we should, chug a Busch Light or something like that. But nonetheless, I don't want to say it's too early. It's too early to say whether he's for real or not. But they were high on him. Remember, they didn't go out and get another first baseman after they made the trade for him. They could have went out and tried to sign somebody else. They said they like this kid. So they seem to be high on him. He's delivering right now. So let's just see how he does. Let's get some more sample size. It's short sample size. Enjoy the 5 home runs. It was snapped yesterday. We needed some offensive help. He's been carrying the offense as other guys like, has been struggling throughout. I mean, the last few games, Cody Bellinger's been struggling. My guy, the second baseman, my brain is brain farting, but yeah, Horner's been struggling. So offense been struggling. He's been the lone bright spot up until the last 2 games in Arizona.
So real quick right now, how many home runs of the year you think he could hit, realistically?
If he hits 25, I think that's realistic, right? He's got 5. He only needs to hit 20 the rest of the way.
According to this, it says 8 on my count here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought it was 5 straight. I knew it was 5 straight. So he's got 8 home runs. So I still like 25 to 30. Can I say that? Can I give you a range?
Yeah, that's fine.
25 to 30. He hits 25 to 30 home runs as a rookie. He could be rookie of the year, right?
I think he's already well on his way.
Hey, let's go.
Keep doing what he does. Stay out of prolonged struggles. He'll be okay. All right.
He's going to struggle, though, right? Like, that's what happens in baseball. The other team watches tape, too. It's all about adjustments.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not a prolonged struggle. I mean, you could struggle for a couple of games. He's just got to keep adjusting, like you say. Well, let's go outside of Wrigley because this story fascinates me. Botkins, I'm going to go into your account. I'm going to take $16 million, and you're not even going to notice it.
Yeah, I'd slap you in the face. Yeah. JB, I know all this is anybody who does not believe that Ohtani didn't do this, I don't understand. Because then you're believing like that there's a tooth fairy and Santa Claus are real too, and that JFK was literally shot by who the government say he was. Like, I mean, let's dive into it. JB, you're married, right? You're a married man. I know you're married.
Yes.
Your wife's gonna know if $20 is missing. Ohtani is married. You don't think his wife? She's not looking around, can't find $16 million. I mean, if I walked upstairs and $20 is missing out of my account, my wife's gonna ask me, "Hey, what'd you spend this $20 on?" And we're talking $16 million, JB. $16 million. He told his wife he was gambling. She said she was okay with it. Hey, I got a fall guy. Don't worry about it. There'll be a fat check for you after everything, all the dust is settled. Don't give me none of this Ohtani's innocent crap because I ain't buying it one bit.
But what gets me more than anything is it started out at $4.5 million. It grew to 16. It didn't grow $6 million.
How'd you go from $4 million to 16? And we had to pay some people off, JB. Had to pay some lawyers, the Okuza, and everybody else off. They had to pay everybody else off, settle this nice fat check for this kid for taking the fall. Chris Carter once said, everybody needs a fall guy. Ask Ray Lewis.
And how bad are you at gambling that you're losing $4.5 million? I mean, when does it become maybe bad? I should stop? I don't know. I lose $100, I get aggravated. $4.5 million? Are you kidding me?
Allegedly, the interpreter said he told the bookie, I'm really bad at this, and laughed about it. I had the I'm trying to find the stat here. I had it pulled up at one point. Yeah, listen to this. So allegedly, this is all allegedly, that 142 million winning bets, but he placed 19,000 bets between December 21st to December 2024. He lost over $183 million in bets. I mean, first of all, you're placing 19,000 bets. You're placing like 20 bets a day. So who knows what he was betting on? But clearly, allegedly, no baseball either. Allegedly.
Listen, let me explain one thing to you. First rule of gambling: can't bet everything. You pick one or two games, you study them, you bet them. You start betting multiple games, parlays. Ask Rafael Esparza; he'll tell you parlays is like cursing. Bad. You're just buying stuff for Rafael's wife. And obviously, $16 million worth of stuff. So she's looking good right now. She got that Gucci, Fendi, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. Ohtani, I think I no, you can't convince me otherwise. And I heard Jeff Passan say, well, some agent, you don't think agent wants to break Ohtani's case. Yeah, well, Jet, everybody will take a bag for a little bit of money. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll say to that.
All right, so we got a great clip coming up real quick, and then we'll get to the next topic for the Hot Cub Time Machine. Let's bring that clip on, Mr. Producer Man.
All loaded up. Bottom of the ninth, 5-5. Garrett ready, deals. Drilled in the air, center field.
Javi is just staring at that.
And that is that. And Baez let Garrett know. Baez tossed the bat. Garrett picked it up. The celebration is on. And the Cubs win it 6-5.
One pitch. That's all it took.
How can you not love baseball after watching that clip? Like, MLB should be putting that clip on like once a week, with like 85 others that they have that are similar. Like the Jose Bautista bat flip in the wild card way back. That was a great moment. But tell me what you see with that and about Javier Baez walk-off hit.
Well, I'm reminded about how much I loved Javi Baez when he was a Cub, because the really good moments were really great like that. And he just there was a lot of history with him and Garrett in previous at-bats, previous games. A lot of history with the Reds, as we know as well. And it seems like, that's what was happening there, man. And I remember that, and just, the trash talk. And that's baseball needs that. Like, baseball needs this envision of youth, this trash talk, this, have some fun. Like, let's get past the way of like just rolling out 9 guys and everybody's got to be happy. Like, I don't know. Have you ever played in any sort of competition? You ever talk a little trash? It gets the mojo going. That's how you build storylines. That's how you build rivals. Like, that's how it's done, baby. I always enjoyed it. Let the kids have fun. Let them play. Let them talk a little junk. I'm not part of them, the older head group that, feels like we just need to run out there and everybody shakes hands and we go on about our business the next day.
You could talk junk, but you got to back it up. You can't just talk. See, that's the problem. Like the NFL, you have receivers that, don't catch a pass. They'll be like flexing. They can't be doing that. Like Javi Baez in that situation, by all means, go for it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Actually back it up.
Exactly.
So I'm cool with that. So that's all good. All right, cover done. First place into April. What do you got?
Yeah, we're at a half game. You said we're a half game out. We got the Marlins next, as you guys alluded to. If we can win that series, let me look here. We got who we got after the Marlins is what I was trying to look at. Then we got the Astros. The Astros are struggling. So you win 2 out of 3 out of that series. Take 3 out of 4 from the Marlins here. Why not? Why not us? It's not like anybody else is really lighting the world on fire.
All right. So the most important question of the night: what's up next on the Bakken Show?
Yeah. So in about 30 minutes' time, we're gonna have Head Kicks and Haymakers, our UFC show, UFC 300 post show. I mean, it was the knockout heard around the world as Max Holloway is pointing at the ground. Even if you're not a UFC fan, I'm sure you've seen the highlight with 10 seconds left, swinging and we'll talk about that all the other action at UFC 300 that happened, which where the fighters should go. We kind of play matchmaker next. So on tonight's show. So please tune in for that 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern on the Bodkin Show right here, baby.
Watkins bringing the fire. The Cubs, a winning West Coast trip, coming home to fry some fish.
Should have been more.
Should
have been more. We needed more.
Definitely.
Alizé, get out.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m. We'll try and be on time. I don't think we have a day game next Wednesday, but if we do, we'll be here at 7 anyway. We'll see you then.